Finding the next wonder kid often leaves Football Manager enthusiasts in a pool of ecstasy. Of course, there's plenty of shame coursing through your veins after spilling an entire mug of PG tips on yourself when jumping for joy. But in general, excitement over an 18-year-old boy on a Football Manager simulation game who could or could not be a decent player, yeah, that's cool, man. The problem is that in real life, the wonder kids from Brazil, Argentina and Spain, well, they simply fade into darkness when they don't make it to the top, and you never have to worry about Fernando Cavanaghi ever again. But in England, it's a little bit different. You'll be checking the scores on a Saturday afternoon and suddenly see a name flash up in League 2. Was that my wonder kid? Oh dear. Here are some English Football Manager wonder kids who flopped, and where are they now? Kickstarting the list with Stewart Downing. On Football Manager 2006, the first in the game's history, they wanted to hit the wonder kids hard and prove why they were going to blow Championship Manager out of the water with their unbelievable scouting knowledge. I mean, in places they did, you could unlock the potential of Carlos Tevez, Sergio Ramos, Nuri Sahin and Robinho. But then there was also Stewart Downing. So Stu hasn't had an unsuccessful career by any stretch of the imagination. He's made over 400 Premier League appearances with 59 assists and not to mention 35 England caps. But his career also seems defined by the fact that he's the only left-footed human born in England between 1980 and 1990. And he was a mega flop at Liverpool. On FM6, Downing would grow into one of the best wingers in the world, the first name on the team sheet for club and country. Instead, in reality, he's at Borough and yeah, is often lauded as their best player. You are in the Championship. Next on the list, Stephen Taylor. See, I'm not just slating Middlesbrough players, and if there are ever any Sunderland wonder kids, I'll give them an earful too. There just hasn't been, or ever will be. On Football Manager 2007, a 20-year-old Taylor had a lot going on. To put it into perspective, Taylor was the same age and had the same potential development as Vincent Kompany. While he stuck with Newcastle through thick and thin, that didn't mean he was any better than a side that fidgeted between England's top two tiers. Now in League 1 with Peterborough, Taylor's career has been on a steady decline, especially since he scored an own goal and then was substituted at half-time on his Portland Timbers debut. Oh Stevie. Football Manager 2009 now, and it's Danny Guthrie. It may surprise you to hear this, but Guthrie is currently a free agent, having been released by Blackburn Rovers, so get your shortlist ready for FM18. 9 seasons ago though, well that's when Danny would have been at his best. Once a technical master on the ball and England's new centre midfield maestro, according to FM, he's now 30, without a club, and played for amateur side Oakengates Athletic just last month. Why? Well, apparently he was just trying to get some fitness. Football Manager 2010, Michael Johnson. Where to start on this one? We all know about Johnson and his infamous rise to fame and glory. Despite all his FM 9, 10 and even 11 potential, the once Man City hotshot ended up being released at the age of 24 years old. He ended up quitting the game just a few years later, so all in all, yeah, let's just move on. Boom, Nathan DiFonzo. In 2010, DiFonzo had a huge career mapped out for him, and we're not joking here, we've got a copy of the game. Here you can see in 2017, DiFonzo is the leading striker for England at 26 years old, boasting 18 goals in 19 games. Damn. He's got 16 dribbling, finishing and 17 first touch with a blistering 19 acceleration and 17 pace. Lucky Villa have kept them by their side and fired themselves into consecutive top 8 Premier League finishes. If only DiFonzo was this good in real life. Crashing back down to earth now, and in fact DiFonzo is another former England wonder kid playing in League 1. He sports the bright orange of Blackpool. One more from Football Manager 2010 then, we have John Bostock. Bostock has become the sort of poster boy for FM wonder kids who flopped, which is an unfortunate thing. On the FM10 game, he was the complete midfielder for Tottenham and on a handsome wage packet, having transferred from Crystal Palace at the age of 15. He could score a last-minute worldie, outfox poor Scholes in a Premier League tie, or end up playing in League 2 with RC Lens. One of them is real life, by the way. We'll let you try and work it out. Short and sweet, from FM 12 and 14, it's the wonder kid Adams, who are now both playing in League 2 and the National League. We'll start with the one at Morecambe, Adam Campbell. 5 seasons ago, Campbell was supposed to make a big breakthrough at Newcastle after making his debut in the Europa League during his teen years. Unfortunately, he never burst on the first team scene at St James's Park, and unlike on FM where he was the gingerhead answer to Shearer, he's now playing for Morecambe. Only 22 years old though, which kind of highlights how early the pressure is flung onto these guys' shoulders. Our second Adam is Adam Morgan. At Liverpool, Morgan sparked the Reds fans into a frenzy when scoring goals for fun on a 2014 pre-season tour. In an interview with 442, he said that his Twitter account grew by 45,000 on one day alone. Next, fans flocked to Football Manager to see if there was any substance in what they had just witnessed. And yep, you better believe it, Morgan was a wonder kid. I mean, he has a good record now, with 9 goals in 19 games. Only problem is, that isn't exactly with a Premier League team, he's with FC Halifax in the National League Premier. So...
maybe I'm a banker who's completely obsessed.
So as per usual, there's going to be a few players who didn't quite make the cut. They're going to be the super Mika Richards, incredible Nick Powell, and awesome Joey Mattock. If there are more players that you think we missed, then please holler in the comments. Nothing makes our day better than having you guys tell us your opinion with a little of typos and poor grammar. I've been Liam Curtis, like and subscribe, HITC Top Corner Gaming.